talk about the expectations from some political parties ahead of the State of the Nation address this evening. We will be joined by Herman Mashaba, founder and leader of Action SA, as well as Bloem, COPE spokesperson, to give us a sense of what political parties are saying as we take to the State of the Nation address. Right, just starting off our conversation there with you, Mr. Mashaba. Very good morning to you. Thank you so much for your time. A lot of expectations are high, really, especially looking at the state of the economy, youth unemployment. There really is a desire to make some big changes. As Newzroom Afrika went on the ground, they spoke to many young people who were saying that they feel that government is disconnected from youth matters. What's your take?
Well, thank you very much, and good morning to the listeners, and thank you to to Newzroom Afrika to invite me to this debate. I think the issues that people on the ground are raising are their lived experiences. As politicians, we can sit here and argue, but at the end of the day, you can't argue with someone's lived experience. Someone in Denville, in Mahikeng, when they don't have water, they don't have water. You can't tell them they've got water. Unfortunately, we're sitting with a president who has left our country just too far on autopilot. I think President Cyril Ramaphosa, if tonight he can obviously provide leadership to this country cannot run on an autopilot when 74% of our youth are unemployed. We have the highest sustainable unemployment rate in the world. We'd really ask the President to please look into the issue of the rule of law. We need to free our law enforcement agencies from political interference. I think if you look at the level of corruption that has happened in this country over the last 27 years, it's a shame. It's putting us as South Africa in a very embarrassing situation. He needs to really confront this issue of immigration properly. As per the Constitution, he does not even need to really look at the constitutional amendments. He must just apply what is in our Constitution in terms of who do we attract to come into our country when 13 million of our own people are unemployed. They are talking about having a quota for cleaners and security and truck drivers. I mean, these are the kind of nonsense that any civilized nation with such massive challenges that you can still debate. The economic stimulus, without high unemployment, the relationship between ANC and COSATU has been toxic to this country. He needs to really confront this elephant in the room in terms of our labor laws that have destroyed businesses in this country. South Africa today, as I'm talking to you, we're the only country in the world with such high unemployment, but at the same time, we've got trillions of factories owned by the state, which are lying empty, that can obviously attract investment in our country. What we also need to do to stimulate our economy, we need to really look at this matter of insourcing of our people, because at the moment, ANC is using the state to reward cadres and set them up as businesses and exploit our people in the process. What happens, you find one person making so much money that they end up buying 10, 20 cars. Instead of actually taking this money, distributing it to more people so that you can obviously take your majority of South Africans out of poverty. Our cleaners, our security personnel, these are permanent jobs. I cannot really see and understand and accept why these people must be employed through the middlemen. Do we need deputy ministers in this country? For what? You look at it, every time there's a vacancy of a minister, they don't even take the deputy minister. What do we do? What are we doing with all these deputy ministers? We can save 20 billion plus by overnight doing away with the system of having deputy ministers. Have ministers, hold them accountable for delivery. And I think lastly, let the president appoint ministers who are fit for purpose. Not because he's interested in keeping the ANC's unity. Because President Ramaphosa must face the reality the ANC unity is not going to, it's unachievable. It's not something, let him focus on the unity of South Africans, put in ministers who are fit for purpose, unlike the current crop that he's got there, that are there just really having a drain on our fiscals and not adding any value. That's really, obviously, I mean, there's so much that the president can do, but I'm just giving you the high-level, low-hanging fruits that the president can immediately implement tomorrow.
Mr. Bloem, let me get your take on some of the expectations come 7 o'clock when the President delivers the State of the Nation address. Mr. Mashaba speaks about the elephant in the room, labor laws which are destroying business, he says. What's your take?
Good morning, Mpho, and good morning to the viewers and Mr. Mashaba there. Mpho, a government must never test the patience of people. When this time bomb of unemployment will explode, that in July unrest will look like a Sunday picnic, because it was only in KwaZulu-Natal and and part of Gauteng. But this government, Mr. Ramaphosa, have failed this country and the people of this country. He came in with a lot of promises, a lot of people were very, very, very excited when this president was voted in. People were having hope to say that maybe he is going to change the situation. But unfortunately, it's from bad to worse. We can see what is happening when it comes to corruption. Corruption is more dangerous now than with the Zuma government, because he has said that he's going to stop corruption. Corruption will be the thing of the past. But unfortunately, everything that we see, the PPEs, a very big scandal, that people can be so cruel in stealing health, things for health, equipment for health. It is very, very, when we say that President Ramaphosa have failed this country, just look at the expert panel's report. You will see that they are saying what we have said all the time, that the president must fire the Minister of Intelligence, the Minister of Police. But the President Ramaphosa have just ignored it. And now a panel of experts must come and repeat what we have said. The unemployment issue. You see, I don't understand, Mpho, that how can a government be proud and boasting? You will hear tonight, the president will again say, telling the people that 18 or 20 million people are on this 350 grant. How can a government be proud of such a thing, that there's so much unemployment and they are giving people 350 rand? In fact, let me tell you, Mpho, that is not sustainable. It's a short-term solution. And they think, this government, this ANC government, think that that is a solution. That thing will explode when there's no money anymore to pay that 350. People will rise, like what is happening in one of the councils, I think in KwaZulu-Natal. It is reported that the council can't pay their staff, and now they have made arrangements with one of the chain stores to supply, give them credit for food, so that they must just have something to eat. We are saying that this government have failed the people of South Africa. The Zondo Commission is very clear that the ANC government have collapsed this country politically and economically. There is total chaos in this country. We are in a crisis, Mpo, and if people can't see it, then I don't know. But this country, in just 28 years, I've listened to Bafedile's report now, earlier on, that is only one province, Northwest. The entire country is crying like the people of Northwest. Everywhere we have inherited a solid infrastructure from the apartheid government. Look what the ANC have done to this country. Everywhere it is just chaos. It is just crisis. It's just a mess. You go to the police, you go to intelligence, you go everywhere. It is just a mess. We are saying we want to hear from President Ramaphosa tonight. Where is the smart cities that he was promising the people? Where is the tube trains that he was... Instead, informal settlements have escalated, and many more people are going. Even people who are staying in houses are staying now in the informal settlements.
Absolutely. Mr. Bloem, if you'll allow me, sir, to interrupt you there just for the sake of time, and thank you for weighing in on some of your expectations as COPE. And Mr. Mashaba, Action SA, thank you also for coming in with what you would like to hear from President Cyril Ramaphosa as he delivers the State of the Nation address. Thank you for your time.